So, what I want to talk about, um, I've been thinking about the fact that my channel needs to be more, and I feel like I've been guided in this direction. I'm a very spiritual person in which um, doing the tarot readings has been truly a really positive experience for me, and hopefully for those of you who are subscribers and viewers to my channel. However, I have been kind of like led on this spiritual path where I feel like I need to do more with this channel than to just do, the free tarot readings and things. I feel like I need to also express myself in a way that I'm able to kind of help others in a positive way. Because something I'm noticing over the period of time that I've been, since I've started this channel, I started this channel like, I think it was the last week of March last year in 2017, I believe. It was either the last week of March or the last week of April, one or the other, but it was somewhere between March and April that I started this channel uh, back in 2017. You know, coming up in March and April, it'll be a year. And, you know, I felt like it was a good thing for me to do this because I was able to use my gift to give back to help others. I never really felt great about charging to do readings because I felt like, well, there are some people that can't afford to get readings, and they deserve to be able to get readings as well so that they can gain insight into their situations and, get some spiritual advice on what to do. And so when I, came across, the YouTube readings on YouTube, because I never knew this was going on. For years, I never knew this was going on. I kind of felt like it was like eye-opening for me, and it made me realize, oh, okay, this is a way in which I can give back. That way I can do, free readings for those who truly need them but may not be able to afford them, or they may not just feel like it's in their budget to do it, or something they want to do, with their money. But and I can also still also make money using my gift in that way. So that was great. But then I started realizing, when I look at the comments in some of my videos, and even when I've done live videos, when I am able to glance into the chats, because a lot of times if I'm doing readings or something during a live chat, I can't pay attention to everything that's going on because, of course, I'm trying to focus on doing the readings. But, here and there I catch a glimpse of conversations that you guys have with each other. And I also, like I said, I also pay attention to the comments that are posted in the videos that I do. And I kind of just had this moment where I realized I'm not doing enough. In terms of giving back, I'm not doing enough. I'm not really reaching people 100% the way I would like to. And I didn't feel so good. I just didn't feel good about the fact that I'm like, okay, I'm doing the free readings, but are they really actually helping people? So what I want to say is, there are many of you, not all of you, some of you look at these videos as entertainment. Others of you are literally looking for hope through these videos. I apologize if you hear my son in the background for any reason, but others of you are looking for hope or help and answers. And the thing about it is, you guys, some of you may not find those answers or that hope that you're seeking through the videos, because, with these readings, because the readings are really, they're meant to help you gain insight into your situations. However, even with advice that's given, because I try to give advice during the readings, and I know other readers may do the same, other psychics may do the same, but it's not always enough. And I've seen people comment and say, I'm in a really bad situation, I don't have anyone who can help me. And when I see things like that and they say, I don't know what I'm going to do, it makes me sad, because even if I want to give this person a free personal reading, and don't think I haven't thought about it. Many times when I see people say things like that, in my mind, I'm like, maybe I could give this person a free reading, maybe that could help them. But then I think, and then I'm like, intuitively in my spirit, I know that's not the answer. That's not the answer. You know, when someone is in a bad way or in a bad situation, a reading is not going to do anything for them. You know, readings are meant to help give insight, but it's not going to help a person get out of a bad situation. Like if someone is struggling, if someone is in pain, if someone, a reading's not going to help with that, you know. And I know people, they tend to go to, tarot readers, psychics, or whatever because a lot of times it's also a way for them to talk with someone, and that's one reason why I opened up to me doing readings live through phone and Skype, because before that was something I wasn't open to doing, at least not through this particular setting in this sense. But it was one of those things where I realized I need to do that. But going beyond that, I realized that I just need to speak to people and spread the knowledge that I have, the wisdom that I may have, the insight that I may have that could help them. Anyway, sorry about that. So, and if, like I said, if you guys hear any noise in the background, that's my child. But yeah, so I want to just talk for a minute about help. And I've said this many times before, like, when the Five of Pentacles come up in reading or something, that card usually signifies that, someone is in a bad way, someone's in a situation where they may need help, or they may be down and out, but whatever the case is, they need help in some form, whether it's a financial situation that someone's struggling with, or whether it's someone is struggling with their health, or someone is depressed, or someone is just feeling neglected or alone. Those people are always standing in front of a church, in which I'm always telling people, that card is always advising people there's a church available for them to go inside of and seek refuge. And so I want to say this to you guys, for those of you, because someone one time, like I said, they said, I don't have anyone to go to get any help from. I don't have anyone who can help me. And the thing about it is, that's a misconception. There is always someone who can help. Whether you're alone or you just have people in your life who will not help you, there's always help. First and foremost, churches are always around. And if you go to a church and they don't help you, go to another church, because there's tons of churches out here and they are supposed to help people because they are people of God. Even if they tell you, well, you're not a member here, so we can't help you, you don't attend church here, so we can't help you, let them know that people of God should always be willing to help people. And if they're still not willing to help you, then move on. There's so many churches, and depending on where you're at, some places, some locations have more churches than others do. Where I reside, the community I reside in, there's tons and tons of churches. And many of them, or at least I know some of them, will help you if they can, and they should be able to, because when they pass around the collection plate every Sunday or Saturday, even if it's not a traditional church, if it's a mosque, if it's a synagogue, whatever place of spirituality this is, they should be willing to help you. Okay? And if they're not, then these are not God's people. Understand that. No disrespect to anyone, but God's people will help people. They won't sit there and see you come to them and not help you in whatever form they can. Now, they may not be able to help you in the ways that you desire, because sometimes people don't understand, people can do what they can, but if they can't help you 100%, they can at least guide you in the direction of who can actually, sorry, I keep playing my hair, who actually can help you in your situation. There's nonprofit organizations as well. There's tons of nonprofit organizations in the world. Some of them are national, some of them are local on a state level or a city level or a community level. Look them up. You know, if you have to go to the library to look them up, many of you, however, are already online, because if you know you're looking at these videos on YouTube, so you guys have access in some form. If you're looking at these videos online on YouTube, then you have access somehow to the internet where you can look up nonprofit organizations. You can look up, spiritual or religious organizations or churches that can help you. And there's different ones that cater to different, needs. There are government agencies where our tax dollars, you guys, goes towards helping these agencies help people. Now, and before I go any further with this, I'm giving advice based off of the fact that, I'm in the U.S., so these are the things that I know are available in the U.S. If you're in another country, this advice may or it may not apply. Use your own good judgment to know. But I would like to think that even in the most developed of countries around the world, that these resources are still available. So if you're over in Europe somewhere, or any country, or Australia, wherever, even South America, or if you're in a really developed nation, there's these resources may be available to you. Government assistance, nonprofit organizations, some sort of religious or spiritual affiliation, a church or something that could help someone, you know. But I'm definitely speaking on what I know is available here in the U.S. So if you're here in the U.S., and I apologize for those of you who are outside the U.S. if this advice is not as helpful, but for those of you who are in the U.S., there's so much help, you guys, no matter what your situation is. There's free legal help as well if you guys are caught in a legal bind. Okay. There are people out here who will work for what they call pro bono, because they are there to help. You have a lot of lawyers out here and legal aids. They want to help people. Now, it may take some time. You may be on a waiting list. You may have to apply for it. But with any help, there's effort to be put into it, and know that that effort means that you're just putting your best foot forward. And so moving beyond, like I said, there's government agencies to help people. You have a lot of people who they have a lot of pride, but I call it false pride, because there is absolutely nothing wrong, you guys, with accepting help from a government agency or government assistance if it is truly something you need, if you are in a bad situation or a bad way, or if you're in a bind. These things are there to help you when you need them. You don't have to stay on these things. You don't have to stay on any kind of government assistance for any long period of time. You use it to help you get through a tough situation, and then once you know you're fine, you let it go. There's nothing wrong with receiving help from anywhere, okay? Whether it's, like I said, a government agency or a nonprofit organization, or through a church or something, or some spiritual group. It's not called a handout. It's called a hand up, okay? And there's nothing wrong with getting a hand up in this world, because we can't all do it alone. We cannot. And, by embracing this idea of community and reaching out for help when you need it, you're empowering yourself. You're not begging. You're not asking for handouts. You're not pathetic. You're not doing bad by doing so. And anyone who makes you feel like you're somehow wrong for seeking help and asking for help when you need it, or applying for help when you need it, they're ignorant. Okay? And you have to ignore those people. You have to put it out of your mind that, well, what will people think of me if I have this, or if I have that, or if I'm getting help or assistance? It doesn't matter what other people think, because other people, if they care that much, then they should be helping you too. So don't worry about what other people think, because everyone at some point needed some sort of help from somewhere, whether they were able to get it from family or friends. And this is the other thing. Some people, they feel like they can't ask their family or their friends for help when they need it. If you have family and friends and you can't ask them for help, either because, I mean, if you can't ask them for help because you know they're not in a position to do so, that's a different story. But if you have family and friends or a significant other and you can't get help from them because you think, because you have this impression that they're going to turn you away because they don't care, or because they're being thoughtless, careless, selfish, or they just gonna feel some kind of way about it, then you don't need to be associating with those people. That's not family, that's not friends, that's not someone who loves you or care about you. That's someone who's turning away from you when you need them, you know. So keep that in mind as well, someone who truly cares about you, someone who truly loves you, someone who really is supposed to be your friend or family or significant other, they should be looking out for you. And if they're not, you shouldn't be around them. If they help you, but they do so in a way that they're making you feel guilty or bad about it because they feel like, you know, somehow you dropped the ball. Maybe, let's say if you did somehow drop the ball, it's not for them to be judging you. Now they can, help you. And sure, it's one thing for them to say, well, I'm concerned about you, and I'm concerned about why you're in this position, if they're aware that maybe you did drop the ball, and they can try to help you in a positive way so that maybe you won't make the same mistake or error if that's the reason why you need help. But they shouldn't be shaming you, saying, shame on you, you're going through this because you did X, Y, and Z. That's not helping you. That's just someone shaming you. People have to go about things in a positive, productive way. It's not to say that people can't show concern and say, well, I'm concerned that you need this help because you're not managing your money right, or because you lost your job and it's your fault that you lost your job, or because of this, or because of that, or because you drunk your money away, whatever it could be. And I'm not saying any of you are experiencing that, but I'm just giving some examples. It's just not productive for them to try to shame you. It's just more helpful if they say, well, I'm concerned. Maybe you can, we can go to some support groups or some meetings or the church together, or maybe we could talk about this or something, or see a counselor if you are in a bad situation because you have some habits that are not healthy or not productive. But I just want you guys to know there's always help. If you guys are feeling lonely or neglected, or maybe even considering suicide, there are suicide hotlines. I don't particularly have one right now, but if you Google them, if you look them up on the internet or something, look in a Yellow Pages book or something, a phone directory, they are there. If you need to talk to me, I'm here. You guys can email me. Now, I'm not going to play personal counselor to everyone, and things like that. But if you absolutely are certain you have no one to talk to, reach out to me. Don't feel like you can't. And hell, all these other readers that are on there, reach out to them as well. Because if they really care, they're going to try to reach back to you and say, well, show some kind of concern or something. There's only so much anyone can do, but at the same time, never feel like there is nowhere you can receive help. Never feel guilty if you need help. Never let anyone shame you if you need help. Never feel hopeless if you need help. There's always help somewhere. There's always someone that can be of assistance to you. You know, there's always someone that can point you in the right direction as well. There's meditation for those of you who may be struggling with your, maybe you're stressed out or something, or just feeling really down, depressed. There's guided meditations, that tons of them for free on YouTube. My favorites are by Kelly Howe. Her company is Brain Sync, So if you look up Kelly Howe Brain Sync, that's there. There's plenty of people that can give you advice on love life stuff. What is it? There's some of my favorites on there that I actually added them as favorites on my YouTube channel. So if you go on my YouTube channel, and I think you may find it under favorites or favorite channels or affiliated channel, whatever it is. What is it? What's this guy? Derek Jackson, Kev Hicks talks, girls, guys, something like that. They're there. And then I have another one there, a friend who she gives spiritual advice. I can't remember the name of her channel. I'm sorry, you guys, my memory is just not there. But I try to add channels as favorites to my channels that I feel would be helpful to you guys. There's lots of inspirational stuff on YouTube, that is helpful to people, life coaches and things like that. So you have actual real life psychologists and therapists that are on YouTube as well, that they create videos on their channel that should be helpful to people. So and this is something I'm going to regularly do. I'm going to start regularly putting up videos, whether it's once a week, every 2 weeks, or once a month. I'm going to pick a topic of, discussion or a topic of concern, and whatever I feel this, the divine spirit, whatever God is leading me to discuss with you guys, because I want to do more than just put these readings out, because the readings, they're fun to look at, they're entertaining. You guys, may find that they resonate with you, of course, which is always great. But for those of you who are truly in bad situations, that may not be enough, and I'm aware of this. And so because I'm aware of this, I want to do my part as someone who is spiritual, to try to reach out to you guys in helpful ways. And if hopefully these videos will be helpful. And so this was my first one that I felt like I needed to make, letting you guys know help is available. It's always available. And let's not forget, some things are out of our hands. Some situations are out of our hands, meaning give it up to a higher source, higher than yourself. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you believe in, whether you believe in God, I personally believe in God, whether you believe in, angels, Jesus, whatever you call God, whatever your name for God is, none of this matters as long as you understand there's a source higher than ourselves, the creator. Maybe you believe in just the universe, whatever it is you believe, there is a divine source. There is a source, a powerful source that is above us, that created us. We didn't come from nowhere, you guys. Okay? Something is always, there's a positive energy source that is always there. It's even within us. It's a part of us that we can go to that source and seek help and ask for help. And then once we do, you release it and let it go and allow that positive force to help you. God, whatever it is you believe. So it's okay to pray. It's okay to meditate and then release things out. It's okay to, try to even go within and empower yourselves, because for some of you, your troubles are not going to go away until you seek the help that you need. And for some of you, some of that seeking help is also changing your life, and changing your life for the better, and doing what you can to empower yourselves in your situations, even in situations where you feel powerless, where maybe you feel like, well, I don't know what I can do to get out of this situation. Trust me, if you just open your eyes, there's there's help available. There are times when I'm on YouTube, I spend enough time on YouTube, whether doing videos or just looking at videos, and things will just pop up in my feed. Um, and I always find that those videos that pop up in my feed are very helpful to me. And sometimes it takes a while for it to happen, other times not. But I'm always meditating on becoming a better person. I'm always meditating on improving my life for the better. I'm always praying to God for help and guidance. And I feel like when I do that and I release things out in the universe and I allow time and I just go with the flow of synchronicity, I get shown signs. I get shown signs. And if you pay attention, the very video that pops up in your YouTube feed may be the very video that you actually need to look at, even if it's something you think you don't need to look at. There's a message possibly there for you. You guys will know this. Use your discernment. We all have discernment. We all have intuition. We all have it, but it takes practice and trusting it and figuring out how to use it. And a lot of times just being quiet, being still, and releasing anything that says you can't do this, you can't do that. Release all the restrictions over your mind and over your emotions and your spirit. Let go of whatever it is you thought you knew, whatever it is you thought, was holding you back. Just let it go. And then go with the flow of synchronicity. You will be shown signs. You will see things that you need to see, hear things you need to hear, even if it's through a random stranger. I've heard people say, I was in trouble and I was just one day sitting somewhere and then a random stranger just decided to talk to me and they felt like it was an angel talking to them. I've experienced it myself, and it's not to say that you should be running out looking for a stranger to talk to right away, but just pay attention to the signs you get and the messages you get, whether it's on TV, YouTube, a billboard, or just someone saying something to you. Maybe even your kid might walk up to you and say something and you realize you needed to hear that for whatever reason, okay? So I'm just going to end this right here. And if I feel like I need to speak on it more, then I'll do another video. But I'm going to start doing these kind of videos, as well as continue to do the readings that I do. I'll continue to do the readings and things because I understand they are helpful to people, and some people do find them entertaining or, enjoyable to watch, or that they resonate or whatever. However, I'm going to also do these videos as well. And for those of you, if it bothers you, well then unsubscribe or move on or just don't look at the videos, because I'm going to fulfill the purpose that I know I'm led to do. Okay, because there's more than just readings. A psychic reading or a tarot reading is not going to entirely fix your life. It can point out some things. You can help you gain insights, and yes, you can get some spiritual advice through those readings as well. But some of you are going to need far more than that, and I'm already seeing that, and I want to be able to be helpful to you guys in that way. So that's all I'm going to say for now. It's time for me to go get something to eat and spend some time with my little babe, And I hope you guys have a blessed weekend, a blessed week, a blessed month, a blessed year if you never see any more of my videos. But I'm going to continue to do this, and don't be afraid to comment, reach out, or email me, okay? And it doesn't mean I'm going to be like doing free readings or anything like that, but I'm here to listen. I'm here to even give some helpful feedback if I can. But I'm doing the free readings still on my channel and things like that. But just know that there's going to be a voice of reason as much as possible that's going to be here for you. I'm here to do more than just do readings for you guys, okay? So peace, love, and I appreciate the support that you guys give me as well, okay?